Crystal Pepsi, I gotta say something.
Yeah.
I should have snacked before we record.
I ate an ice cream sandwich before we recorded for that very reason.
You had marijuana, a shower, and an ice cream sandwich before we recorded. I
Yeah.
had like 2 Triscuits.
I was feeling rough and I
Uh-huh.
had to raise my serotonin to do the podcast.
That's fair. That's fair. I have also been feeling rough, and it turns out 2 Triscuits don't do the job.
I would imagine that would not have the same effect. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So maybe you'll, for once, pull your fucking weight on this podcast.
Wow. 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 Welcome to the Big Match Minute. I'm Crystal Pepsi.
And I am Lilith.
And what we do here on the Big Match Minute is we take matches that we want to talk about and we break them down minute by minute. And right now we are on minute 19, as the French say, 19 for our American friends, of the Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania 36.
Yes. And now, can I just start off by saying, high level, this is one of my favorite minutes we've done in a bit.
Yeah, to repeat myself, I might say, this is a good minute.
Yeah.
This is a good minute.
So, we start off. Cena is making his entrance through the WCW Nitro set. We are hearing the that old NWO music. Cena's bobbing his head.
Now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I'm asking as someone who was not watching WCW at the time. Who doesn't have maybe a great grasp of that storyline. And who I've also encountered. I've heard that referred to before as specifically the Hollywood Hogan entrance music.
Is that it? You might be right. I'm not.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure.
That might be, because this was the debut of Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not a super. I haven't gone back and watched a whole lot of NWO stuff. At some point maybe I will just watch a fuck ton of Nitro.
Yeah.
But
I'd watch some Nitro with you sometime if you wanted.
Yeah. You're not gonna fucking flake out on that one too.
Wow.
This is such good shit.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about this podcast, but didn't seem right. So we're seeing. Was there a name for Puppet McMahon specifically?
I'm sure there was. I'm sure I've forgotten it a long time ago.
I think maybe Bray just calls him Mr. McMahon or something.
Yeah, something like that. I feel like there was a title card at some point.
Yeah.
Way earlier in the match.
Puppet Vince just watching this and just says, "This is good shit," which is very funny to me.
Apparently, that is like a thing that Vince says a lot backstage. Apparently, that's like based on a real thing.
That's so fucking funny to me.
Right? I actually remember reading an interview after Mania where somebody like interviewed John Moxley, formerly Dean Ambrose, and they like asked him about I think they just asked him about Mania, and he said, like, I admit they popped to me when they made the Vince puppet say this is such good shit. Because like I've heard that so many fucking times.
It's also like, this is people with the lowest opinion of Vince McMahon, and like people like even the shittiest kind of.
Oh, you mean
smarts.
John Moxley, who has the lowest opinion?
I mean, yeah, fair.
McMahon.
I mean, like fans with the lowest possible opinion of Vince McMahon, and I'm talking like shitty smarks who are like mad that it caters to kids, even.
Yeah, the kind of people who would chant AEW during the Hell in a Cell main event last year. Yeah, those fucking idiots.
When those people picture Vince McMahon watching all the matches that they hate,
Uh-huh.
and they're trying to portray him as just like a dumb idiot with nothing going on in his head. That's what they would have him say.
Uh-huh. 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 Yeah, and I'm sure that is what happens a lot of the time.
And the fucked up thing is, as wrong as they are generally, they're right about Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
because there's no opinion of him low enough that for it to be wrong, you know?
Remember when CM Punk said that maybe the company would be saved when Vince's old ass dies, but unfortunately he'd be replaced by his idiot son-in-law? He said that live on Monday Night Raw. Yeah, I know everybody's heard that promo, but
but it rules.
Fuck, it rules. Oh, so Cena's entering. He's doing like the rooster like movement with his head.
Yeah. Which from clips I have seen, this is how Hulk Hogan would walk back then. I also I don't think we talked about the bits where he's like playing guitar with the belt and fucking around. It's also very good.
I love when anybody plays air guitar with a belt.
Yeah.
That is when fucking Kyle O'Reilly was doing it as part of Undisputed Era.
Every single time you say that man's name, I think you're gonna say Kylo Ren.
Oh yeah. When remember when the First Order were tag team champions in NXT?
That would be a funny tag team, Kylo Ren and Hux. It's just Kylo Ren reluctantly protecting his boyfriend.
Yeah, sure. We're not gonna start talking about Star Wars on this podcast.
No, we're not.
So he tosses the championship belt. He does his little too sweet thing, which I reluctantly call it the too sweet thing. I think that Baby Metal deserved to steal that from wrestling.
That's fair. Baby Metal's cool. Like,
every member of Baby Metal is cooler than like everyone who's ever thrown up a too sweet in a wrestling ring. I'll say that.
I didn't know that was a thing, and I didn't know they had stolen it.
Well, they didn't really steal it. They call it like the Fox God or whatever. It's like their version of the horns.
Yeah. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That rules. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I think it's still too. Do they touch them together like that though?
No, they don't.
Because then I think that's still a too sweet.
Yeah, that is when it becomes a too sweet. Yeah. But Cena was doing it on his own in the ring, so he was paying respect to Baby Metal.
He paid respect to the Fox God, and then he did a too sweet.
Yes, exactly. He got into the ring and he gives Bray Wyatt a too sweet, and then. He shows off his little. He's got an NWO bandana.
I thought that was a folded shirt.
I think it's a bandana.
I think you're probably right. That makes more sense.
Given that it was, it's supposed to be a Hogan thing. I think.
Yeah, that makes way more sense. I think. I completely think you're right.
Yeah.
We don't have to argue on this one. This is a rare instance where we don't have to argue.
Give it up. Bray shouts out.
It almost sounds like he says, "Gear it up."
Yeah. I had to listen to that a couple times. Yeah. But I think he says, "Give it up."
I also believe he says, "Give it up."
Fuck. Hey, Crystal Pepsi, this is gonna stop being a podcast if we don't start disagreeing on some stuff pretty soon.
All right. I'll try to bring the heat.
Okay. Thank you. Bray, as he's saying, "Give it up." He does. I think this is the same thing that Bischoff did at this exact moment during this segment on Nitro. But the only thing I can think of is that it looks like he's trying to start Dragon Ball Z fusion dance with John Cena.
That's exactly what I thought as well. I think that was a thing certain wrestlers did, and I think he was aping other wrestlers. But it is extremely just like, we're going to start a fusion dance.
Yes, and I would love to see that fused Saiyan warrior of Bray Wyatt and John Cena.
I don't know where the Saiyan DNA is coming from, or if you think that's like a funny thing to joke about. Try to start a fight,
That's when Bray's doing this, I think it snaps something. than Cena.
You think Cena goes Super Saiyan for the first time?
Yeah.
Even though humans obviously can't go Super Saiyan.
Yeah, he can't go Super Saiyan because John Cena just... What if John Cena was a Saiyan? What if that is like the explanation for all of it? Why he's so good at fighting?
I wouldn't believe it.
You wouldn't believe it? You wouldn't believe John Cena was a Saiyan?
I don't think this is true.
You don't think he's ever had a tail?
I would think no. I would think this is a very silly angle WWE's trying to play here.
Okay.
What if WWE did do that? They did an angle where a popular wrestler is revealed to be an extraterrestrial.
Well, Stardust happened.
That's true. I don't think they were ever saying that Stardust was actually an alien, though.
I think Stardust was saying he was actually an alien, but I don't think WWE was backing him up on it.
I don't think the canon of the universe was that he was Stardust. He was an alien.
Right. And it is from that conflict that AEW came to prominence.
Yeah. Maybe Cody will go full alien at some point in AEW.
How did you feel about Star? Obviously, it was a misuse of Cody Rhodes, but
I still liked it.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved that. I loved any time he interacted with Goldust. I thought that was fun. I thought they had a really good play off of each other. I mean,
I agree 100%.
Like, Cody wanted to do something else, and we're seeing what he wanted to do, and it's pretty cool. It has its own issues. But
is Goldust still in WWE?
Goldust, he defected. He's
I watched their match. What am I fucking thinking of?
Yeah. That fucking banger of a match.
Brutal match. Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I fucking talking about over here? Of course I do.
He is wrestling as Dustin Rhodes. I love the red and black like half paint that he's doing now.
It's funny too because I was gonna say he'd probably have a cool match with Cody at AEW, and then I was like, oh wait, fuck yeah, he did. I watched it. And it was cool.
It was cool as shit. So Cena's he's turned rude again.
He's become rude again.
Yeah, and he takes down Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, he throws his hat to the ground, and while Bray Wyatt is still celebrating, Cena's face turns sour.
Bray Wyatt is, of course, if Bray Wyatt did the Saiyan fusion dance with Ruby Riott.
Of course. Yes.
So Cena's raining punches down on Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
Bray Wyatt is helpless. We get
he's got his arms over his face. He's fine.
Okay, I would say that is a pose of helplessness.
It's defensive. I wouldn't call it helpless.
Okay, all right. You're leaning into just anything I say.
You want to fucking fight? I'm coming for you.
We cut into the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah.
And we got Abby and Ramblin' Rabbit.
Yeah.
And they're looking on in horror.
They're scared.
Now
it looks like a friend of mine is now playing Crusader Kings 3. Sorry. Here's what happened. I thought you were streaming the minute, so I was trying to do a funny rat you out, and then I was like, oh wait, no, that's my Steam notification. But I was already saying it. Sorry. I'm sorry for that.
Abby and Ramblin' Rabbit are afraid that someone is gonna derail this podcast for no fucking reason.
I'm trying to fight you. I'm planting seeds for fights.
Stop it.
Jenny Apple fight, they call me. Abby and Ramblin' Rabbit are watching, and they're very scared for their friend Bray, who is getting hurt in the ring.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I don't think they're scared for Bray.
No, I don't. I think they're pretending to be scared for Bray.
I don't think they're even pretending to be scared for Bray.
You think they're scared for John Cena?
I think because here's what I'll say. So Abby says, "Stop it." Yeah. Ramblin' Rabbit says, "You're hurting him, dude." And then we get a few more punches, and it cuts to Mercy the Buzzard. And what he says is, he ain't gonna like this. And that's
that. Oh, what you're saying is Mercy. What the he that Mercy is talking about is the fiend.
Yeah,
it's because Bray is abusing the power.
Yeah. Abby, Rabbit, and Mercy are like, you need to stop, or you're gonna die.
I think. All right, I'm back. I'm back to agreeing with Lily territory.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they are. I think
didn't put it together. To be honest, I was just slightly puzzled by the "he ain't gonna like this" line.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I think there is an undercurrent in the Firefly Funhouse that while like, you know, the all the puppets, they do like, they are protected by the fiend, but they're fucking scared of him. And you know, Rabbit's gotten friendly with John, and he maybe does not want to see John Cena get his fucking head torn off by a scary clown monster.
Fair.
And we start getting, as John Cena's rained down these punches, we start getting flashes of footage of old events. But we see like the classic poster, if Cena wins, we riot.
Yeah.
We see Edge spearing John Cena.
John Cena.
Yeah.
I thought you said smearing John Cena.
Edge
on a bagel
with a I thought you were I thought I was going with like he's got a PowerPoint presentation of just like character assassination. John Cena.
I like yours better. Yours is better.
John Cena defrauded the IRS.
That's fucking funny.
And Edge would eventually give that gimmick to Drew Gulak. That is a joke I knew you wouldn't get, but somebody out there got it.
I know who Drew Gulak is.
But did you know about his fucking like PowerPoint presentation gimmick that he had?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
Because my friend Lily just told me about it.
Next little flash we get is Shawn Michaels doing a suck it over John Cena's prone body.
Yeah. I couldn't quite make out that it was Shawn. He was just a little too blurry for me, I think.
Yeah. These were fat. I mean, you should have heard. We were, in between recording this minute and the last minute. We were hanging out together while I was taking down all these notes, and you should have heard me just slapping that space bar.
Oh, I was also slapping my space bar. My mic just didn't pick it up.
Yeah. Just trying to frame by frame see everything that happens. But yeah, it's definitely
movie players should just let you go frame by frame.
I'm pretty sure VLC does have a thing to do that, but I just didn't do it.
Yeah, I'm using the Movies and TV app.
Oh, is that like a Windows like just comes
it's
with
just
Windows
like the default Windows video player.
Got it. Okay. So after Shawn Michaels, we get more punches.
Mm-hmm.
And we get another flash, and this is the one that I couldn't figure out the identity of the person powerbombing John Cena.
Yeah, I also struggle with this one.
Yeah. My best guess was Batista, but I
don't
think
that's also my
right.
best guess.
I
do like that we both locked into maybe Batista.
Yeah.
All you can really make out clearly is these silver and green boots.
Yeah, and that might even like these are severely color graded flashbacks.
Yeah.
So that might not even be right.
Oh, silver and green is Slytherin. It's Draco Malfoy.
Fuck, that's right. Oh my god, how did I forget? The epic Mania 26 clash between John Cena and Draco Malfoy.
Yeah.
Of course, at stake was the Triwizard Cup.
Of course, and now is a great time to be doing Harry Potter jokes on your podcast.
Two trans women doing Harry Potter jokes on their podcast. What could be better? And immediately after that, if you couldn't see this guy's face, but it's unmistakable who's performing a skull crushing finale to John Cena.
That's correct.
Which I forget. How do our opinions stack up on the Miz? 'Cause I love the guy.
I'm not a fan.
Did you ever? I at one point linked you to that infamous Talking Smack segment.
I liked that, but when I was watching the Miz was before that, and also after his run with John Cena, which a lot of people like. So maybe I just have only seen the bad Miz years.
I think you've seen some rotten Miz years. I think his runs with the IC title in the last few years.
The IC title. It's like some kind of like you have to win it in a cold play. Like it's only
no, you have to win it in a 7-Eleven.
It's good. You're talking about the Intercontinental Championship.
Yes. And that was, that was in that Talking Smack segment. That was, the Miz was partially ranting about how he made the IC title the most relevant belt.
I see.
In the
Yeah.
In the company, which I would argue that he did. Like at that point, I don't even remember what was going on with the WWE Championship. It might have been in another Brock Lesnar fucking months long.
Just absent phase.
it just doesn't exist for a little while.
Next shot, easiest to spot, I would say.
Easiest to spot because it's one of the most iconic. Like, oh my god, I loved that match so much.
Yeah.
That fateful night when CM Punk, everybody knew his contract was expiring the night of Money in the Bank. He had a WWE Championship match with John Cena, and Punk wins the match. Vince McMahon even tries to send Alberto Del Rio, who had won the Money in the Bank briefcase earlier that night, out to cash in on Punk. But what does Punk do? Climbs the barrier, the barricade, blows a kiss to Vince McMahon, and then disappears into the Chicago crowd.
It's so good.
It's so good.
I will never forgive myself for so at Comic-Con back when you would go to Comic-Con, it would be a thing you could go to.
Oh, haven't you heard? It's a thing you can go to again.
Let's not talk about that.
Go die at Comic-Con.
Every year there's the Mattel panel, which if you're in the know, you know that the Mattel panel is where WWE superstars show up,
right?
Because they're debuting the new action figures. But then it's just a Q&A with wrestlers, and it's a super fun panel. I got into wrestling I got into wrestling as an adult again, like the week after I had gotten back from Comic-Con, and that was the Comic-Con where it was during the time when CM Punk had the belt and was like gone, and he showed up to that panel with the belt, and I missed that, and I'll never forgive myself.
Oh God, what a
the first year I did go to that panel, though. Listen, seems like a shitty dude in real life, but I did really appreciate this promo essentially he did at Comic-Con. Alberto Del Rio, in fact, came out at the Mattel panel, and then he tore up like a fake, but he maintained a real copy of Action Comics #1.
Wow.
Which was just so my kind of stupid. I was really into that.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I think about comics.
Yeah.
At Comic-Con.
I love cheap heat. I love cheap pops. It's really like I could not for the life of me remember. We're gonna go on a digression, another one. Are you familiar with Ricky Starks?
No. And the name sounds familiar. I probably heard someone talking about him once, but I don't like know who he is.
He's in the last year or so, he's really started kind of blowing up. He was big on the indies, and now he's signed with AEW. He has one of the most, I would say, beautifully shaped asses in professional wrestling.
Okay.
It's conspicuously so.
Well, now I have to look up a picture.
And here's the thing, like I don't think he does this so much in AEW, but like occasionally in matches, his trunks will get pulled down. to display this beautifully shaped ass. I'll give you some
What's
time.
his name? Ricky Sparks?
Ricky Starks. Starks.
I was wondering, I was just getting a bunch of random different Facebook profiles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this guy just like really not famous or what? No, it was my fault. He's facing forward in all of these pictures.
You can literally search Ricky Starks' ass and you will get some good results.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it now.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of the wildest things I've ever seen, and it didn't really register, obviously, until several years later. I went to a SmackDown taping, one of the last actual SmackDown tapings before SmackDown went live, in I think 2016, and they were doing a main event, because they just tape main events like kind of around Raw and SmackDown. They just changed the ring apron and everything. And I saw Ricky Starks come out. He just got on the mic. He's from Texas, and so he just like knew all the Texas buttons to push, and just trashed barbecue, trashed whatever, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Really
classic jobber cheapy.
Yeah. And then Kane just came out and like chokeslammed him like 3 times. It was incredible, and made even more incredible by like 3 years later finding out like, oh hey, that's Ricky Starks, that guy who I saw get chokeslammed by Kane a bunch of times.
That rules.
Yeah. We got to get back to the minute.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so after Punk blows his kiss, his legendary kiss, we get more punches, and we flash back to, we got Cena looking tired at Mania. I want to say that this was a recent one. You see Randy.
I think that was after he lost to The Rock. That's like it became like the iconic shot of sad Cena.
Right.
I could be completely wrong about that being the circumstances, but that is my belief.
Yeah. We got Randall Keith.
Yeah.
With both titles. I assume after just winning them off of John Cena. This is again a match that I haven't seen. A John Cena.
I believe one of them
Orton
had each,
match.
and then
Yeah. The unifying. Yeah.
Also, someone behind Randy Orton has a sign that just says, "I'm so sorry." What's up with that?
I didn't see that. They're saying sorry to both of the titles because they're contested in a fucking John Cena Randy Orton match.
Yeah.
And then I would say a legendary match between two people who are perhaps not the most liked people in the world, but Brock Lesnar beating the brakes off of John Cena at SummerSlam, where Suplex City originated. Because that was the match where what was the final night? It was something like 27 suplexes.
It was insane. I remember that was during when I was watching wrestling.
Yeah.
I should know this, but I don't remember.
Yeah. It was fucking
a lot. It was a lot of them.
I get more punches. John Cena lifting Roman Reigns' hand.
Well, first we get the Never Give Up.
Oh yeah,
the armband, just a sad shot of it alone in the ring.
Yeah. That's quite a meaningful shot.
Yeah, that's an art shot right there.
It's it's an artful match. It's yeah. So yeah, John he lifts Roman's hand. I really like that feud. And then an ancient, practically you could like blow on this Undertaker and he would turn into dust.
Yeah.
Tombstoning John Cena.
Yeah.
And so what what we're getting here, this is John Cena's failures.
Yes.
His many failures, and he is clearly just like trying to punch his insecurities out of Bray Wyatt.
That's correct.
But little does he know,
he's not punching Bray Wyatt anymore.
No. He's punching Huskus the Pig.
Yep.
With his permanently chocolate ruined mouth.
Yeah. Is it ruined or is it a permanent free chocolate lick snack?
Hey, it all depends from where you're sitting.
Yeah, from a certain point of view.
Yeah. John Cena, from a certain point of view, John Cena's got very sticky knuckles now.
Yeah.
And the last line of the minute, oh, mine head.
It's so funny that this minute ends on such a goofy little note.
And I love that they I don't know. Huskus the pig is just kind of he just is the little Augustus Gloop from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
It's very good.
It's good. It's good. All right. Anything else you want to say about this minute?
Nah, this was a good minute though.
It was an excellent minute. It was an excellent minute.
Hey Lily, I got a new invention.
Uh-huh.
Are you ready to hear about my
ready.
Incredible new invention?
Uh-huh.
What it is?
Yeah.
It is a way to, you know how when you're going somewhere, when you're traveling, and you got all this fucking luggage.
Yes.
You know what I mean? All these suitcases and shit.
Interesting.
And they're just you're trying to get through a small door, but you got this big suitcase and you're trying to like angle it, and there's like the weird little hump where like the lining of the door, that's like a weird bump that the wheels just keep getting stuck, and meanwhile people at the train station are yelling at you. Yeah. What if I told you there was a way? What if I told you I had a device that could, with like magic, essentially, create a tunnel, a cavity underneath you, under the ground, and that your luggage would just be safely transported under there? Some sort of personal luggage undergrounder device. I'm just thinking like, what's a way that I can make that device have an easier name to say than personal luggage undergrounder?
Oh, you know, I've been hearing about this new thing called an acronym.
An acronym?
Yeah, it's called an acronym.
Okay, tell me about an acronym.
An acronym, it was invented by the Marvel Cinematic Universe. To name their weird secret police, SHIELD. But that like stands like each of those letters like means its own thing. I couldn't,
like how the Department of Heuristics and Research, I can get here, into material applications is called Dharma.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know I got that from the MCU.
Yeah. It's all like, I mean, the MCU basically invented
it's
everything.
All connected. Yeah.
Okay,
so then what would I call my personal luggage undergrounder?
What if you just called it a plug?
Is that our dumbest one yet?
It might just be.
That's what you get for leaving me in charge of it. I'm at Very Cool Emily in a lot of places. I do some other podcasts. You can find them linked in my bio on a lot of those other places. And I stream on Twitch sometimes. Just go to dietcoke.cool to find my Twitch channel.
Thank you so much for letting us know, Crystal Pepsi. Go to ghostpuncher.net.
It's a great website.
You'll find a lot of really cool stuff on that really cool website.
It's a fucking bitchin' website.
Thank you, Crystal Pepsi. Now
I'm just speaking the truth.
Yeah. Now to tell you the truth, it is time for us to end the show.
You're gonna make like Boar Gullet and make it so that I will know the truth.
Yes.
Make like I'm Boar Gullet.
Yes.
Cool.
And now, do we have a way of communicating that truth that it is time to end the show?
No, we don't.